Hello and welcome back to College of the Redwoods Wood Shop. This is Bert, your friendly neighborhood cabinet making instructor. In this video I'm going to show you how to install false front covers over openings in a vanity bathroom cabinet. We have here a bathroom vanity, 2 doors, 2 openings, and a sink opening in the web frame. The sink will drop down below the top surface of the cabinet and will interfere with this drawer space and with the plumbing. Therefore, we can't put drawers into this cabinet. The front that I will be attaching here is a matching front. It matches the rest of the drawers and cabinets in the kitchen and the bathrooms in this house. We have a 1/2 inch overlay that will be placed over the opening, and it will line up with the side of the door and have an allowance across the top that matches the rest of the project. What's that you say? You've seen something on Pinterest? Something about a little tiny drawer? Oh, you mean a tip out? Yeah, those aren't real. They're stupid. We're not going to use them. The method that I use to attach false fronts is quite simple. I make small blocks out of scrap wood. In this case, this one is 6 inches long. The opening on my cabinet is 5 inches. And then I cut a rabbet on each end of this piece of wood. This is a 5/8 by 3/8 rabbet, and there is a hole through the middle, 1/4 inch hole. Through that hole, I will use a screw. This is a washer head screw, 1 3/4 in this case, and that will attach to the back side of our false front. I've already pre-drilled this one. I'll show you how to drill the second one here in a second. This piece will pull up to the back side of the face frame we need to pre-drill the back side of our false front. I'm going to use a tapered bit. This is a bit that came off a countersink drill bit. We don't need the countersink portion, so I took that off. I put a piece of masking tape on the bit to guide me in drilling to the proper depth. I don't want to go through to the face side, the visible side of my front, and damage it. I've got my marks on there, and I'm going to just drill right on the X. Now I'm going to start one of the washer head screws in there just to get the threads started. Make sure that I've drilled deep enough. And then I'm going to attach one of the blocks to one side of the drawer front. There we have it. Now I will position it in the cabinet and tighten it up by hand just until it's snug enough to keep it in place and not fall off. Oh, there you are. We've got to get inside the cabinet in order to install the front. I'm going to hold the front up to the cabinet. You can see the little block of wood. I'm going to pivot it so that the rabbets hold it tight to the front, and that should be enough to allow us to get the second block of wood attached. Put that in the hole. You could use a screwdriver or a drill. I like to get it started. That will hold it in place. You can see it's not tight yet, but it allows me to adjust it and move around. There's a little gap back here, and that's okay. That's going to draw this tight. Think of this piece of wood as a large washer. It's pulling the front up tight to the outside face of the face frame. Now we'll move to the outside and we'll adjust it, and then we'll come back in here and tighten it up. Here we are back outside the cabinet, ready to adjust the front to align with our door. I like to use a straight edge, in this case it's just a piece of scrap wood, and place it along the edge of the door. I have already adjusted the door to its final position. I like where it's at, so now I want to align the edge of the front with the edge of the door. The screws are not snug, but they're just tight enough to hold it in place, but allow me to adjust it back and forth. If you need to hit it with a little bit of force, use a wooden mallet or a urethane mallet or something that won't damage it. And in this situation, I need to move it to the right a little bit to line up with that stick. We'll move it and check. The bottom is a little too far. We also want the top of the false front to be 1.5 inches from the top of the cabinet. It's a little low on that side, so we will tap it up. Check it again. 1.5 inches. A little low on this side. Inch and a half. Needs to go a little bit to the left. A little bit more. That's not bad. That looks okay. 1.5 inches, lines up there. And now we can get inside and snug those screws down, and that one will be done. And there it is. After a few minutes of adjusting, tightening the screws, and moving the fronts around to align with the doors, I have finished a nice cabinet. Thanks for watching.